Today we're going to have a look at CapCut for beginners. And this is the 2026 version. It's dedicated on my laptop. I have it on my tablet as well, but I do prefer sometimes just sitting in my studio area using my laptop and my little Go camera that I have. Makes life a lot simpler. And you get to do a lot and see a lot more on your bigger screen, at least for us old folks anyway. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. Feel free if you want to jump around. I know you probably have some basic knowledge already, and I know there's a lot on here that we're not going to be able to cover on one short video. So I'm not going to touch the AI part very much. If we have time at the end of the video, we will. Otherwise, stay tuned. Look forward to another video that's just dedicated to the AI portion of this. So let's get started right away, not to bore you with any of the further details. This is the screen, obviously, after you've loaded your desktop and you've created an account for yourself. I will disclaimer it, I do pay for this program every month. This is my little side business or side gig that I'm starting up. So I did register my business and I am claiming it on my income tax. So you might want to do something similar or just use the free version until you're really comfortable that you are going to enjoy this. They'll have some features not available to you, but on the whole, it's an excellent program and I think you'll have a lot of fun. So let's dive right in. The first thing we need to do up top here is create a project. So let's say you've already done some video. Let's say you have B-roll already done. And B-roll is just simply if you've done up something in advance you want to talk about and you really want to get it edited now. So you can use anything you have at home to make your video with. I use my cell phone, quite honestly. I have a gimbal, which I invested in. And I use the follow face feature. So if my head turns left or right, my cell phone actually follows me around doing that for me. It has so many other neat features to it. Suffice it to say, you're going to find out the best method that you want to use to actually make a video. So now you've got your B-roll. Let's create this project. So I'm going to open it up. So this is the main screen that you're going to use. Now at the top here, the very first thing I want to point out to you is it's got the date today, and it has 1 in brackets because I already did a little test sample this morning. So I want to change that because now I want to give this a name so I know which video I'm working on. And I'm just going to call it CapCut Video. Or better still, CapCut 1, because I have done other CapCut videos, so not to confuse me. I can use that, and if I want to follow it by the date, I can just put 26 for this year. So now it's renamed completely. That's perfect. So here's where we need to get in there and get your video imported into your program. So you can hit the plus video here. There's also an import video over here as well. I use the plus video here so that I can get in, and as you can see, I'm already in my Tech Savvy for Seniors main file folder, and I've numbered each and every one that I've done before. So let's have a look and see here. The last one I did was number 36. You don't notice there's nothing before that. It's because I've already transferred them out onto a different drive. I was getting a little top heavy here. So I'm gonna double click on ChatGPT Photo Fund, and it opens up. Here's the 2 videos I have in here that are pre-made. Now, the reason there's 2 of them is because I did an ending separately. I probably, in hindsight, would just have one long video and just do a cut and paste afterwards. But for today, let's just open up this main one. Now, it looks like I've imported it, but it's just sitting here in the buffer. I want it to actually come down onto the screen here. So to make life easier, I'm going to turn off my camera and you'll have the full screen effect here. Besides, it gives me a chance to sip some coffee while I'm at it. Okay, so I've cut off the video feed. I want to bring this down onto the main portion of the screen here where all of the editing happens. This is just the preview window at the top here. So I'm going to hit the plus button. It's going to bring it down. Now it's sitting resident where I want it to be. So I'm going to get rid of the background in behind me because this is my curtained off area that I make all of my videos in, and behind the curtain is my art studio. It's a little bit on the messy side, so I don't use it very often. So what we're going to do now is get rid of the background, and import another background. This is going to change the order in which your video layers, let's call them, are going to reside. So right now it says I'm on the cover layer. I'm going to actually have to move that out of the way and move it up one layer in order to have a background that's going to work for me. First things first, let's remove the background. So go up to the top right, you'll see here, remove BG, which is background. And I like to do auto removal. I don't have to customize the removal. I don't need to use a chroma key for it because I'm not using a green screen. So everything should be easy and go fairly quickly. You'll notice over on the right here, it says processing 26%. Well, we don't have to sit here. I'm going to pause the video now for just a moment or two so that we're not wasting a lot of your time and energy. So that took probably less than 2 minutes. I'd say a minute and a half. And you'll notice everything behind me is black. And just my cutout is there. So let's go and actually get that background. And I already opened up, I'm going to use the import again, under Tech Savvy in my main file folder, and you can reach it right from the top bar here, or you can go to the side, you go to Documents, Tech Savvy, looking at that way. For expedience sake, let's just click on Tech Savvy here, and you'll notice I have a file folder called Backgrounds. So I'm going to double click on Backgrounds, and you'll notice I have all kinds of different pictures of houses or backgrounds or anything else that I feel like using at the time, and I try and switch it up around holiday times, or just try and switch it up and make things look a little different. So here's one really cool one called, it's a wall picture that is actually one of my pieces of art that I use. Now it shows you the display of what it looks like. So I like that background. I think it's rather relaxing and calm looking. So I'm going to add it to my main working area down below here. So hit the plus sign, and you'll notice it actually put it in front of me. That's not going to work. You need to actually be able to see me and have the background at the same time. So you have to move up one level, and you just left mouse click, hold down your mouse key, and then just drag it up to the next level. Now you'll notice the background is behind me, but it's not filling the full screen. That doesn't look very good. So I'm going to left mouse click down one level, and I'm going to stretch it out at the top here. So take your handlebars from wherever you want and just pull down and keep holding it until you actually get it where you want it. So if you want to see the picture or you want to see more of the furniture, just drag it back and forth. Let go when you're happy with the look. And now you're going to have to stretch it the other way so that it runs through the entire video. So here it's still highlighted down below. Drag it all the way to the very end, and you'll notice a blue line down below. That means that they're both lined up start to finish. If I drag it beyond, you'll notice the blue line goes away, and the same going the other way. So let's hit the blue line mark. Now that should give me the perfect background for the video. So what we're going to do is now edit some of this video out. We're not going to do the whole thing, obviously, too much time taken for that. So we're going to listen to part of it and see where I've already said we're going to cut this part out, and then we're going to cut it out. And you'll notice the tools we're going to use here are all just above the bar line here, or just above your little chevron. So you'll notice there's different cut icons here, and we'll use those in 1 minute. So let's do this now. Let's listen in.
Welcome back. We're not going to use that part.
So we're not going to use that part as what I need to get rid of, because obviously you don't want to see that when you're watching my video. Now, there's a far distance view that we're looking at here, but we need to actually zoom in and get fairly tight so that we can actually see the speech pattern below. And that's where you get your speech lines or speech waves. We'll have a look at this and getting fairly tight. So let's go down to the very beginning of the video. So you can see the line that runs across here. This maybe will help you out a little bit more. I'm going to zoom in on this a bit for you during the video so that you can have a better look at it. But suffice it to say, there's absolutely nothing for this first part until we get into this area where you see the lines. begin, and that's where I say hi, and then there's a bit of a pause, and then you go on from there. So let's have a
Hi,
look at that.
welcome back. We're not going to use that part.
So I want to stop it right there, just where I'm going to say hi again. And you'll notice again, all blank in between here. So I want to cut the video to the left because I don't like this entire first beginning portion has got to go. It's done. So here you'll see delete left. The first cut here is called split, where you can split the video into two pieces. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to actually just cut everything off to the left, and there you have it. It's all been cut to the left. So now we're a distance away. We're almost at 60 seconds into the video. So I'm going to left mouse click, hold down, drag over to the left, and now the video should line up with the beginning. So let's just move the chevron, mouse click, hold down, drag to the left, and you'll see that.
Hi, Tech Savvy for Seniors. I'm Glenn. Today we're going to talk about.
So that is how you would do a cut to the left. The other one is cut to the right, which again, same idea. Let's just drag this down to the very far end, and you're going to notice something here. When I did the cut, I actually left too much of the lower background screen here. We need to line that back up again. So I'm going to just drag this, left mouse click, hold down, drag it, get the blue lines linked up again, and that's better. Just zoom out again. Okay, so now here's our video. This is an extremely short introduction, by the way. This is not the entire video, so don't think that I'm just doing like a 2-minute video, but you can if you want to. It's up to yourself. If the video is 2 minutes, it's 2 minutes. If it's 25 minutes, it's 25 minutes.
Hi,
it doesn't matter.
Tech Savvy for Seniors.
So
I'm
here
Glenn.
we're going to start.
Today we're going to talk about how you can have a little bit of fun using our favorite new app.
Okay, so we've done that. Now, let's start looking at a few other features that are kind of fun. There's a lot more to learn, by the way, on this again, but for this video today, we just want to have a look and see how to do some of the basics so that you can get through your first video and get it edited, get it out there, because, you know, the longer you sit on it, the more nerve-wracking it becomes sometimes. If you've messed up in everything in between, I hope I've given you enough of an idea that you can go in and very easily clip things out, join them back together again, and go from there. And by the way, if you do cut a video in half and you want it to rejoin itself automatically, you'll want to leave these all connected below. Like turn on or turn off main tracking magnet. So it is a magnet that actually attracts one piece to the next piece. But if you need to put something in between, you might want to leave, when you cut it, you might want to just turn this off. Again, left mouse click, off, left, on. You also have here auto snapping, which is on, and you have turn off linkage as well. So there's a lot of different features on here that we aren't going to have time today to discover, but you can certainly have a look at these yourself and do some experimenting. It's fun. So stickers. So for this part, I'm back with you. So have a look at the top here. These are all kinds of different stickers you have. Now, over on the left, you'll see it's highlighted trending. So these are what's trending right now. These are what people are having fun with. There's all kinds of fun things, like, you know, if you're doing a Valentine's sticker, you can throw this anywhere you want. So let's just throw this on. So again, nothing happens till you hit the plus button. Hit the plus button, and you'll notice you've got a little yellow chevron on its own line as well. So again, this makes it kind of easy to control. And let's drag this out. I don't necessarily want it covering my face, not that I have any reason not to, but let's hold down left mouse click, drag this over to the side here, and you can see the handlebars are here. You can adjust this large and small. Let's do this and see what it looks like. Cute, right? So you can do that with everything on here. I mean, if you want to highlight a particular item, use your arrow highlight to really emphasize it. If you want just a subtle circle something, then use this. Again, you can click on it, it'll circle my face, but it's not actually there yet. It's not down below, so it hasn't added it anywhere. So if you want to add this on top of everything, click it, and there you go, another new line. You've got all of this that you can adjust back and forth as far as little as you want. And again, kind of fun. You know, it's just a little bit of silly sometimes, but some of this is really necessary for you to know so that you can actually make your videos interesting. If you have something specific you absolutely need to show somebody and you want it to pop and stand out, then let's do that. So further on, you've got Valentine's, which is trending right now. All kinds of Valentine's things. You've got classic, which is just whatever that has been used in the past. You've got new hits, icons, emojis, hit emojis, and you've got all the emojis you can possibly want. So again, have some fun with stickers. Then you have effects. And I don't use effects very often. I have used them in the past, but you can do all kinds of things. You can do split. And again, every time you want to test something, just click on it and it'll test it for you and show you what's happening. So there you go. If you want a special effect like that, you can download it. Otherwise, it'll just go away on its own. So again, hope you have some fun with effects. Transitions are another one that actually transitions between videos. So let's say you're stopping one segment, you're starting another segment. It'd be very easy for you to just hit a transition and then you can enjoy transitioning something different between videos. Now, captions, another big one. So I know that YouTube has their own captions, which is great, and I do use them quite often. But if you want to do captions on your own video and have the captions built in for you, then all you have to do is generate them. So here, you can do generate captions. So far, we haven't actually cut anywhere in the middle of this, so pretty good. We can just highlight the one area that we want to make sure that we get captions involved in. And you can do generate captions. Generate captions is fairly easy to do because as you can see, when I clicked on generate captions, it's generating them right now. And it doesn't take long. We'll do a little pause here and we'll come back as soon as it generates. So we're back. So now it's identifying filler words. It's already generated all of the captions. Again, it's on its own separate line. So you don't have to worry about getting confused on where things are. And you'll notice as soon as it's generated that there's going to be some errors I'm going to want to look after right away. The first thing it does, which is awesome, is it takes out all the long pauses and all the filler words. It shows you here that there was a pause after I said hi, and then there were filler words here. We can remove all the filler words right off the bat because we don't want them. It should make the video very succinct and easy to follow. And now it says, hi, tech savvy for seniors, I'm Glenn. Now, you can't really read this very well. So I think what we should do is change the text itself so that it is readable. How do you do that? Here you have captions. Right next to it is the word text. Go into your text and you can do a number of things. You can increase the font right now, it's at 7. You can increase that font size or decrease that font size. You can do bold, underline, italics, everything you can do when you're typing something out. My favorite little one is down here. I like using the preset styles, and purple with white, I find it pretty easy to read. So let's pull this down a little bit so it's right down at the bottom. That way it's not going to block a lot. You can reset the size here if you want it to go out on either side, make the sentence a little longer, you can do that. This has got a nice curved corner on it. You can do all kinds of different things with this if you want to. You can do a scale transformation. Again, you really have to get in here and play around with it so that you enjoy what it is that you're presenting to your viewers. So let's go back to captions now. First things first, I'm going to go right to the very top where I said hi, and I'll show you that. I'll move my chevron back to the beginning. Here we go. Hi, tech savvy for seniors. Hi should be a capital H. I know it's a pain in the butt, but if you want to actually have it looking really fantastic, well, that's what you're going to have to do. And it says text savvy, which is not the name of my company at all. So I'm going to back up again. It's tech and savvy, all one word. And I single V on savvy on purpose because I wanted to stand out, be a little bit different. And I did find out from Urban Dictionary that the word savvy spelled with one V actually refers to Jack Sparrow and his famous line that he used when he was walking the plank and he said, everything's savvy. So everything was good. And that's exactly what I wanted to have come across in my videos. So that's just a brief little how to deal with captions. And now I'm going to go back to this portion here, and we're going to scroll down, and I notice that now I have this extended. I need to pull this to the very end again. Okay, so that's everything to do with your closed caption. Use them or don't use them, it's fine. It doesn't matter. And if you get frustrated with them, you can do a delete current captions and regenerate them anytime you want. Identify filler words, AI emojis, auto highlight words. There's so many things that you can do. This is just a very small portion of a very complex program, but it really isn't that complex. Once you start using it, you'll find it's actually can be a lot of fun. And just messing around, it gives you something to do, and it gives you a really pro-looking video. And at the end of the day, let's face it, if you don't have the budget to have somebody actually out there promoting you and helping you get these videos out on the market, you have to do it all by your lonesome. Well, this $13 and change a month really gives me what I think is a little bit of help, especially when you're in your 70s like I am, and really are enjoying doing this. Fills the time. It's helpful for other people to learn, and you just feel good about it when you're finished at the end of the day. So I'm going to cut here, and we're going to come back and do another part of this video coming up in the not too distant future. So I hope you stay tuned, and don't forget, hit like and subscribe. It helps me a lot. So have a great day, everybody. Ciao for now. I'm Glenn. This is Tech Savvy for Seniors.